Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Good evening to all of you. And let me say Yakunaye to all my wonderful family people from Rankin County. We're doing this way here. Congratulations to your next door neighbor. That's Bombay County. For taking the National Content Mate Trophy to Tommenberg, who coming there in May to celebrate. Let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Max K Talk Show. Today is Tuesday, right? 15 of the 1st, 2019. There's no challenge here, or no challenge. We're all equal here. 10 years ago, yeah. Don't worry. Once again, let me say Yakune to all my people there. And this one from Grand Cayman County is in vibe, right? Just waiting for my studio guest, Kofa Nelson, aka Noko4, right? Christian Nelson, Kofa. Come and speak the crew here a little bit. Good evening to all of you watching live from Monrovia, Liberia. I wish I could call all of your names, but I haven't indicated as to where you're watching anyway. Well, thank you for joining in. Please invite somebody. Just click that button, share, and then you even distribute it in your own group you're in. Yeah, please, man, please. Help now, promote me too now. Doing something good. Oh yeah, wonderful team, man. I love this song. Yeah, I'm still looking for a good and somebody who can understand how do you call it, vibe. Very good to actually tell me the meaning of this. Coming up tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow Wednesday. We are going to we are going to be talking about the Nigerian politics. You know, Nigeria is getting prepared. Yeah, this year. The heat is on right now on both sides. Let me put it that way, because I'm following the politics of Nigeria quite with keen interest. And so tomorrow, Wednesday tomorrow at about 9 p.m. UK time, I will be playing host. In fact, the brother is right here watching the show already. Mr. Bolu, in fact, should I call you Mr.? I think you are a counselor, right? Because you owe a law degree now. You need to tell me now how to call you, please. I don't want to put a Mr. there. I don't think you're a Mr. now. I think, yeah, you got your law degree, and I guess you're practicing now, you know. And so we'll be having Bolu H. Makel B. We'll be speaking to her from all the way there, Nairobi, Kenya. First of all, let me, on behalf of the show here, on this platform, we want to register our how do you call it, our solidarity to the people of Kenya. Today we understand there was an attack there. I hope my brother Bolu, you are okay, and whoever you are with there, I hope you guys are doing are safe in that part of Africa. And so tomorrow we have the brother here, Bolu H. Michael B. Will be here tomorrow. We'll be talking about the Nigerian politics, and we'll be talking about elections. We'll be talking about young people. We'll be talking about Africa, the politics across Africa as well. You know, we'll be talking about corruption. Perhaps we'll be talking about law as well. You know, law, and you know how it's been practiced across Africa. Indeed. So Michael will be here tomorrow. Bolu, it's great to be speaking to you. And we just missed yesterday. I wish you have had we should have had yesterday my brother as well, you as Okoye, who should have been speaking to us from Lagos, Nigeria, but we will have to reschedule that till next week. So Mr. Okoye will be in the house next week. Also, we'll be talking about the politics of Nigeria. We'll be talking about the elections as we get prepared to go. as we put as Nigerians have prepared themselves. I don't know. Maybe I will find out tomorrow, or find out from either tomorrow or next week from this wonderful guest that will be having whether Nigeria, have sorted it out now that you can, Nigerians in the diaspora can also cast their vote. I don't know whether that is done now because by virtue of the fact Nigeria is supposed to be doing that now anyway with the power of with superpowership. Let me put it that way. Nigeria should be able now to actually keep the ball rolling so that Nigerians all over the world can participate in election. I think you owe the rest of Africa that particular aspect. You got to keep the ball rolling, then the rest of the continent will follow, especially for us in West Africa. Keep the ball rolling, and then we'll follow you, because for all Liberians, we're calling for it, but people are still complaining and say, oh, the technology, this and that, and whatsoever. But I think Liberians, the same way other countries are doing it, when elections are being held in America, like Americans here in the United Kingdom go and vote. They cast their vote. Yeah, it's counted. Americans in Liberia or in Nigeria, in Lagos or wherever they are, they will cast their votes and it will be counted. I don't see the difference anyway, because it's a matter of casting your vote and it's counted and they. All right, we're just about to get ready. Okay, I think we just got a message from our guest. Ready, just got back. All right, so yeah, we will soon have Noko4 over here. We still have Noko4 here. Next week as well, next week Monday, we have a Kenyan who will be speaking to us from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. Let's see whether we can go to the line now. Look.
Yeah. Max, can you hear me?
Very loud and clear. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm okay.
Okay.
The weather is playing a little trick on us.
Yeah, I mean that's the best one for at this particular time, isn't it?
Well, we got no choice.
Yeah,
so says the weather pattern.
You see? So other part of the world they say they're looking for that one, but it can't come. So we just have to appreciate whether it's it's a snow that's falling or heavy rain or so. Other part of the world they say they want something like that to do. Yeah. Look, how you doing anyway?
Well, health-wise, we're hanging in there. Not too much to complain about. We thank God.
Okay. While you get ready, if you have maybe if you have another device on live, you can also be watching it live on another device, and then we'll be talking. So I think that would.
Yeah. Let me get my phone.
Okay. In the meantime, let me put this song here for you guys. And welcome to the show. I just want to say, Liberia was not like this. Take a musical break later on and play that song for you.
Could you do me a favor? Inbox me the link.
Let me see. We're on live now. You should see me on your live feeds anyway. But let me see if I can just quickly do that. Okay, it's coming up now. Let me see. Noko4. Where are you? No. There is no. Okay. Please let me. All right, okay. All right. Let's see. Let me see. Let me take the gist of the song, and then hopefully the people can. You first of all to invite more people. Okay, take the batch of it. Alright, let me say welcome back. We so sincerely apologize, especially for those of you that have to come back. Come back on. We just had some experience here with our Facebook Live. How was it like? Take us through. How was your upbringing? Your time was like, and what is the meaning of the name Kofa?
Smart, cool, and collective person.
Oh, that's a what? Is that Sapo or?
No, that's a crew name.
Oh, crew name. Wow, it has a very, very distinctive meaning there. So, so how was it? Because nowadays, people say our culture is broken down. I mean, a certain time came, people, children would meet older person and say, sit down on the floor, papi, and this and that. How was your time?
Where you had to give respect to not only your parents, but the elders in the neighborhood have control over you. When we were growing up, everybody was respected. And you knew who was who in the neighborhood, because if you did anything wrong, they disciplined you. They didn't have to get to your parents. They disciplined you right there.
Wow. So, does that also, what was it also transferred to maybe schools as well, where teachers?
Well, in school, teacher used to be student until 1972. They passed a law within the education law that you can discipline the kids, but you cannot abuse them. I mean, teacher used to use the beating as an abusive discipline. I mean, beat you to the point that you're bleeding. So in 1972, a law was passed amending the education law that students are not supposed to be beaten in school. You can discipline them, but you cannot beat them. So beating stopped. Well, I don't know if it continues today, but it stopped. But before then, we had a principal, Archbishop Patrick Clark Julie, the first Liberian Catholic to be bishop, and then he was made Archbishop. Men don't go to school late. Because men used to beat. I mean, when I say beat, I mean tap you on the butt, but beat. And after he left, we have Sister Rose Giver. She came in after the law was passed. There was no more beating in school.
Right. Now, what's about the education aspect? Because I know a couple of years ago, before the president came and referred to the education, or the former president, let me put it that way, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came and referred to the education system as a mess. That was when, I mean, we all sat down here and heard that over 300 students sat the entrance exams to the University of Liberia, but they all flunked or so. How was it like during your time? I mean, were students, paying attention to learning and getting the grades?
In my neighborhood, I don't know about other neighborhood, but in my neighborhood, it was a competition.
Oh, okay.
Because the parents used to gather together and brag about their kids. Now, you don't want your parents to go out there and hear friends laughing at him. There was a competition. The Jebu kid that played for Lone Star, his dad was our homeroom teacher, his older brother and sister, and our classmates. So by 6 to 9, we had to go for study class. His dad, Jackson Tiajewo, was our homeroom teacher in the neighborhood. So you just had to stay on top of your game.
Wow.
And then education, then it was something you brag about. Because you leave your area, go to the other area, and then challenge the person to say, well, the branches in our area. Challenge them to spelling, fraction, science questions, and see if you can outdo them in their own neighborhood.
Wow.
And the way the sitting were arranged in the school, he took first place, he sat down, the first seat next to the door. That's him every night, I don't know about other schools.
Mm-hmm.
He took last place, you are the last seated on the right when you enter the class. The last seat, that means that the person was failing. I mean, I don't need a break, but in elementary, I sat down in the first, second, and third seat. Nothing else beyond. It was either first, second, third, first, second, third. And that's how it was. I mean, there was discipline.
Wow.
Yeah, there were other things you get food around, but when it came to education, most of the people that were teaching were from Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. So they brought their hard way of learning.
So there was no room for bribing the teacher then?
No, well, in elementary we didn't see that, but maybe there was some going on. But again, the same problem, I think it still exists.
Yeah.
Male teacher going out with female students.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was there. Male teacher going out with female students, and what could you do?
No, I don't know. You just said you didn't experience the war itself. Whatever happened during the Totbot era also. But I know you were abroad already. When do you wake up that morning and heard the news that your country on that faithful Christmas Eve that your country was being attacked by her own citizens? What was your initial thought?
Well, it was one of the things, it was something over with. And then we'll go back to normalcy.
Okay.
And that was the notion everybody had on his end. I mean, people say supporting the war. At that time of the war, a lot of people supported it because wanted to get rid of Do had now turned the country into the Republic of Grangier. You were not part of the client from Grangier.
Did you see it?
Left out.
Did you see it that way? You yourself personally?
Well, I saw it. Then you came to human rights. I mean, every now there's some fake coup and something happened, then you strengthen a grip on power. There's some fake coup and something happened. Some fake coup, something happened. I mean, people were just dying for being implemented in some kind of coup.
Yeah. Yeah, we heard that quite a lot as a young person coming up.
Yeah. And then if you were not part of the crime tribe, getting job was very hard. So it got to a point, as much as we hated the result of the war, at that time, majority of people supported the war.
Now, I mean, counting from the Toba era, which of course some people say we should go back to 1979, but let me come to the Toba era. Counting from the Toba era, and then Simon Kanyado came in, and then Charles Taylor came in. From there now, well, quote unquote, we started following the democratic process also of electing Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. From your own, as far as the chronological aspect of these events are concerned, from your own analysis as a concerned citizen, was any of them? Can you say any of them was necessary?
Was the coup necessary? I don't know. Some people say yes, some people say no. But before the coup, there were a lot of things going on. We had April 14, the arrest riot. We started the whole thing. Then we have the multi-party struggle. We have POW, PPP, that Gabriel Matthews trying to register a political party. And the whole establishment were against it, even though Togo allowed it. But TWP were against it because they felt that having another political party, their range of ruling Liberia was over. They got to a point that people were just tired with TWP. So POW came in, won the hearts of the people. Then we had the arrest riot, which we all enjoy. I mean, you're getting free things. That's where the looting started from the arrest riot. People got color TV. Color TV was just coming into Liberia then, 1979. Then we're having OAU. I mean, Liberia was just on an international stage. So, all those things happened. Luckily, we have OAU. But nothing happened in Liberia because we wanted OAU to be a villa. OAU, our son to the Nigerian delegation. And to get there, that means you have to know somebody in the government to push it. Of course, the Kofa was then National Security Advisor to the President.
Right.
He came from NSA. NSA was the combination of Executive Action Bureau and the National Bureau of Investigation. National Bureau of Investigation had the late Patrick Minico. He was the head there since Todman time. The EAB, Executive Action Bureau, the OPA was the head there. Those are all security firms created by Todman. To penetrate Todman inner circle, there are a whole lot of security gimmick you gotta go through. Your NSA, no NSA was there, your NBI, SFF, NISS, the police. There are a whole lot of stuff going on. So, Togo he consolidated the Bureau of Cultural Affairs and Tourism. There was the Bureau of Cultural Affairs and Tourism on the late Baltimore, and the Department of Information on the late E. Thompson. Togo consolidated the two entities into one. It became the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, as it is called today. But there were two separate entities. He consolidated that, and there were two another department he consolidated. Ministry of it used to be Department of Postal Affairs, now Department of Postal Affairs and Communication.
Oh, okay.
There was a communication agency. I don't know who was on it, but there was one. The Minister of Postal Affairs was on the late Max Kpakio.
All right, yeah.
So when they were consolidated, they made Max Kpakio the head. I think communications on Mr. Yu. I came from my first name by last name of you. And he became the assistant or deputy minister when the two entities were put together.
Now,
and they were PUA.
Okay.
Toward reconstruct that and change the name to LEC in 1973. PUA went with a public utility authority.
Okay.
It then became Liberian Electricity Corporation, LEC, in 1973. So there's a whole lot of things happening. And then you can say.
Now, I mean, looking at these areas, which of course you follow quite extensively, given the fact that you're giving us some kind of a historical information and facts as well. In terms of corruption, let me start from the Tobo era to the present. Has the nation done quite enough in terms of fighting corruption?
Well, I would say no, but it has become a norm. I mean, every government has their own rules, but how the stool was not as visible as we see it today. I mean, people were punished, not as the way they were punished the normal citizen with no name, but people went to jail. I mean, during the Toba time, he brought back the death execution. If you kill people, you got killed. So we started the Toba nectar. How we to call it then? You get it Toba nectar, which was death by hanging.
Wow.
And the first person Toba killed was Justin Obi. Justin Obi killed the bishop, the Episcopalian bishop, Bishop Brown, his secretary, Rosetta Stewart, and I think one or two persons. He was a Nigerian guy who was teaching at Cottington. And for whatever reason, he killed the bishop, the Episcopalian church. Cottington had linked to them, so I guess.
The aspect you're talking about, if you kill the law, kill you, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of corruption, how was Toba dealing with it? How did?
Well, Toba jailed some people, but again, because then the country was run basically by the Masonic craft. Everybody in the government in a higher position were part of the Masonic craft. So they could settle everything behind closed door. And kind of, I mean, you can't put John Dennis in jail, Cyril Johnson in jail. So they did all their settling in the craft room. When it comes out, some cases died, some cases didn't. Of course, the Tobas were more ambitious business people. They came in, Toba better. And they're still in Toba. You were into agriculture and fishery. They had one company, the Maserado group of companies. That were able to harvest fish and sell it around the world.
Wow.
We do export fish, yeah. The cooking, and after a while, the company died.
So you were written on the boxes there, I mean, from Liberia?
Everything was being packaged in Liberia, the cold storage.
Wow.
Maserado group of fishing company. I mean, they had the day uniforms. He was just a businessman who was ambitious of being the president's brother. People who hired, they were stealing government money to make money. But he was doing his own thing. They had their farm, harvesting rice, packaging it and selling it. We do call it country rice or white rice. So So Liberia have a whole lot of production. We have our own Scooby factory in district number 13. Our own lotion factory in district number 13.
Lotion? We're producing lotion as well?
Yeah, grease, hair grease. We're producing that. Then Steven Tower opened your own uniform factory. So you were then competing with Obio. Of course, the loyalty of the Obio was great. So people stopped with Obio. That one kept Obio going. But Steven Tower had his own clothing factory.
Well, at least, I mean, being in the high class, at least they gave opportunity to other people to also compete.
Yeah. There was no monopoly or anything.
Oh, okay.
Even the rice import, people were importing rice, but of course we had to meet the standard. So then the shortage of rice came in. We had to eat the country rice. We got used to eating parboiled rice, so nobody want to eat country rice. Now the whole rice variety thing started. Now to make people eat country rice, the parboiled rice price went jack up.
Oh. Wow. So there were
to encourage people to buy the local rice. But nobody wants to eat the local rice. We want a parboiled rice. So they yanked the price up. Florence Chino, we are the sure Minister of Agriculture then, yanked the price up. Of course, you got the progressive and their politics. They told the same parboiled rice, I think was selling for $22 or £100 bag. They can get it rest for $9.99. Well, they didn't tell us the £100 bag of rice. They just said we can get a single kind of rice for $9.99.
Oh, okay.
Of course, we didn't understand that. We said, what? You can get it rice for $9.99 and they're selling it for $22. That's stealing. It became a whole hala. Come April 14, a lot of businesses went out of operation. A lot of businesses. We have Brarico, which was in Baton, few years for Sekukala Cookhouse. Brarico used to say it was almost like a clothing store. I don't know the major clothing store you got in London, I don't know. But over here will be Walmart, JCPenney, CS, because they were selling things out of the clothes, toys, machinery, just selling things.
Noko4, I mean, let's progress a little bit before we come to the Constitution. Well, people are asking, I'm so sorry because we started the show and we have to get out. Normally, once most of you that are being on my platform, you will always see caption there. The reason we're already in the middle of the show, not really in the middle, but some kind of thing happened. Technically, we have to get out and come back. So that's why you're not seeing my guest name and what we're discussing. We are actually profiling Liberia and we'll be discussing the Constitution. My guest tonight on the Max K Talk Show is Mr. Kofa Nelson. He's also known as Noko4, of course, the station manager for Radio LIB, based in the USA. A lot of you are already writing and appreciating his the level of knowledge that he's sharing here about Liberia. Thank you so much, and continue to post your comments as well, whether it's appreciation or whatsoever. So at least after the show, Mr. Nelson will be able to respond to your comments as well, even myself. But look, before we come to the nitty-gritty part of the show, which is talking about the Constitution, I know you've been out for a little while, long time now. I mean, these events, as you're giving us a synopsis of what happens and the chronological setting of them as well. Any regret in terms of you being, son of the soil as well, who love your people and country? Any regret why this thing happened?
Oh, well, everybody got to go through changes. It's how we manage the change is the problem we're facing right now. Ghana went through it. They had coup. They had Nigeria went through it. She had coup. They had a Biafra war in 1967. And the citizens came together and realized that this is our country. If we don't fix it, who gonna fix it? But in Nigeria, we tell ourselves this is our country. If we don't fix it, they will fix it. So we're waiting for handouts to get it done. Most African countries went through wars and coups, but the way they treated their country and not the way we treated ours. We blew up everything. Anything that moved, we blew it.
Yeah.
The people, when it came to them, though they were pissed off, but they have some form of respect. I think that's the difference. So until we can gather ourselves to say, okay, all hands on deck, there is not about party, it's about Liberia, then we'll move forward. Until then, they may feel he was left out, so when he gets in, he should get enough.
Yeah.
So when he's not in again, he will live on the enough.
Yeah.
That's the problem we're facing right now.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Max K Talk Show. I was a studio guest tonight, this morning or this evening, depending from where you're listening to or watching the program live, is Kofa Nelson, aka Noko4, speaking to us from the USA. Also, he is the station manager and, of course, one of the proprietors of the Radio LIB. Essentially, we are talking about, we are just about to talk about the Constitution, and we're just trying to want to know about him a little bit, what he remembers about Liberia and things. So, so the stories you were just sharing. We're going to take a short musical break. When we come back, we'll be going into discussing the Constitution. But Liberia was not like this. Mr. Nelson was just sharing with us. Oh yes, those days when we leave Foya and we'll cross to the border of Freetown, where it's a town. As when I was with you with Radio LIB, and used to, I mean, from there I got to know. In fact, I got to know you. To be honest with you, let me confess, yeah, I haven't shared this with you. I actually came across you during the Chancellor's trial, because I didn't know you because at the time you were still using your Noko4 on the platform, because we had the platform while the trial is going on. We used to be coming up with different points. I can't even remember the name I was using on that platform, but I saw you there, and the points you used to put across actually kept me on that platform until the end of Mr. Chancellor's trial. So it's where actually I came across you before. Later on in live when I joined Radio LIB, and then I heard the name Noko4, and then once upon a time I think somebody asked me a question and we're talking about it. So it's a pleasure to have known you since 2009 on the platform when Chancellor was a trial.
Yeah, it was a really interesting chat platform. And of course, the civilian did not like my views on what I need to pull out.
Yeah, I used to see it because the counter reaction used to be fire on fire. We just used to be on each other.
They could have some law procedure, and if we don't go by it, then what's the need of having a trial? I mean, you follow the trial. Honestly, there was nothing to really blame Mr. Taylor for in Sierra Leone. Yes, he maybe befriended Foodie Salon, but if you follow the trial and the evidence they presented, he laid out all the facts he wanted to know. My interest was, they say he got billions of dollars. Remember when I think I still rap, they say asking questions.
Yeah,
and I asked him, Mr. Rapp, when will we see a deposit slip or the bank account? Because Mr. Taylor, every challenge that you'll find any penny of anywhere in the world with my name on it, you'll take it.
He challenged them openly,
He challenged it, You'll find any penny with my name on it. In any account, they'll take it. And they never prove the million of dollars they say he stole. We never saw any evidence come into court. But it was an interesting time. I mean, I used to get up 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Just to watch that trial because I know at night there will be debates.
Yeah. The guys into that actually were that were doing the video, they were doing brilliant because at least when they finish, then they will upload it and then we start. For some of us that had the opportunity to be watching it live, we just watch it live and thing, and then. But it was a great experience. It was a great time we had on that platform because
it was. I think the record is still on it. And then if you tap in chartstudenttrial.org, you might go and read some of those exchanges.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that because I normally go to the ICC to get some materials to read or so. But that is it. But let's come to Liberia now. I'll come back to we stay in Liberia anyway. But let's come to the issue of the Constitution. I mean, we saw the PRC. Yeah, the PRC coming into being and they revising the Constitution. I don't know whether Mr. Taylor ever touched it. I can't remember, but I think Mr. Taylor too. This he did continue on the PRC. That's the People Redemption Council's government change of the Constitution or so. I don't know if that's what we stay operating on, but
we're still operating the 1986 Constitution.
Okay. So in terms of the Constitution itself, for somebody, laymen are listening or somebody watching alone with their kids or so, what is it? How do we define it?
Well, it is the organic law of the Republic, more of the foundation of all laws within the Republic. That way you make law and say even like you go to court, the court will weigh it against the Constitution, and sometimes they say it's constitutional, sometimes they will tell you it's not. So we have several constitutions along the way. Before the coup, we had an 1847 Constitution. In 1980, April 12, it was suspended. We never went back to it. Our commission was set up in 1984 to do another one on Dr. Emma Sawyer and Ambassador A.B. Formula and some of the many boys. So they did one in 1986 and that's the one we are currently buying back.
Right.
So that way it exists until what can happen now is we can only amend certain things we don't like in there, we can amend it, and that can be only done by referendum.
Right. So but I mean, it was the military government that did the amendment, though.
Oh no, the military government suspended the 1847 Constitution. So there was no more when we went to the civilian rule. For the civilian rule to exist, they had to come up with the 1986 Constitution.
So then it was revised then?
Yeah, it was revised in a way because most portion of the 1986 Constitution is within this Constitution, but some parts were left out. Some parts were left out. So
now, a constitution in general because I mean, people say, the constitution, like the definition just said, organic law of the land. People say for the protection of each and everybody. But let me ask the question: who should a constitution really protect? Is it the government? Is it the president, the executive, or the citizen, or the state?
Well, it should protect the citizen and it tells the government how to govern. But basically it's meant to protect the citizens to know their fundamental rights. That's what the Constitution does. So if you're not aware of it, it becomes a problem.
Well, I mean, from the past, probably let's take it from the Southern Canada era or so. Most of the leaders that we've been having, like they are forcing the Constitution to be protecting them.
Yeah, well, citizens got rights, government also have rights. So outside of that, everybody just have to abide by the Constitution and live within the Constitution, and everything will be okay. The problem we used to have is the Constitution was still respected in terms of your rights and what government should and can do.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew it, but now everybody getting to know it. When we were in school, Constitution was taught in high school, series of Liberia.
All right.
If you're in the 8th grade, in that little orange book.
Yeah.
Yeah, series of Liberia. We get in the 8th grade. Very yellow. Yeah, I think 182 pages.
Yeah, then we came now, it was getting off.
It taught you how laws are made.
What do you make of the point that Thomas Awaji is making? Is that Amos Sawyer did a terrible job in drafting that constitution? What do you think?
So what is the terrible job? Did he say?
No, he just made an open statement.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe
we should ask him what part of the constitution he does not agree with.
Well, I don't know when I think it was the Constitutional Review Committee was doing a consultation. They came up with a lot of clauses that needed to be amended, including the citizenship.
Yeah, they came up with it, but what happened to it? What happened to their recommendation? It died of natural death. I mean, they came up with where Liberia should honor dual citizenship. But what happened to that proposal? The Constitution did not take away dual citizenship. A law was passed in 1972-3, the immigration law. That one took away dual citizenship. So all we got to do is repeal that portion of the law or amend the Constitution and say once you are born a Liberian, you shall forever be a Liberian.
Right.
That's what we need. Either repeal the law, and that way there will be no law to take away your rights, which of course is unconstitutional. A law cannot take away your rights without due process.
No.
We had a same incident in the immigration law we got right now is from the United States 1955 law. And the Supreme Court here have rules saying that it's unconstitutional. You can't take away a man's right, constitutional rights, without due process. So anybody who wants to do dual citizenship and give up their Liberian citizenship, going from the embassy or consulate, and son, I no longer want to be a Liberian.
Wow.
They can't stop you. But as the law says, once you take a citizenship of another country, you are no longer a Liberian.
And that is actually banned by the Constitution, not even different law.
Yeah, so those who against the law can go and challenge it. There was a challenge put up by one Jala. His counsel was Noko4. What happened to that case? I don't know. But some way, somehow, we have to deal with dual citizenship.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow. Countries around Liberia are recognizing it and they are improving. But when it comes to Liberia, I don't know for what the reason is dragging and dragging and dragging.
All right. No, let me take this contribution from Elder James Blanyi. I don't know whether you will share with him. He said the Constitution of Soya in 1986 was not regarded by the Constitution Review Committee in Banga by the Kessley Group. The Kessley Group put in new things different from the Soyarists. The Constitution was not amended, but it was revised.
Yeah, well, a revised could be a new one. So the 1986 Constitution is a new one. You could say revised, yeah, it took on part of the old, some of the old one, and just made one, the new one. So it came into force January 6, 1986. Following the 1985 general election.
All right.
So those who have issue with it, they push on the hard. They can petition their lawmakers to have a referendum on the Constitution. The lawmakers and the citizens have to be involved. So if we go to Article Chapter 12, which will be Article 91, 92, 93, it tells you the process in a referendum. What you need to do. The lawmakers cannot do a referendum on the Constitution outside of the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
You can repeal law because that will give them the right to do that. But in terms of doing a referendum by themselves, in the old days, that was done. We have referendums on the various constitutions, but the people weren't involved. It was meaning the lawmakers to just get together and say, okay, we're changing this, and they vote in Parliament, they change it. But the new constitution calls for the citizens to be involved in it.
Yeah.
That was making it a little difficult to just change the constitution because you won't change it. The citizens got to have a say on it.
So even for the amendment of the Constitution, that means it has to come from the citizen and they have to go through referendum, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the referendum. The citizen can petition the lawmakers. The lawmakers will have to vote to take in both chambers for it to be put on a ballot for us to vote on a change. We saw in, 2010 or 2011, when it came to the election clause, I think 81 or 80C was changed from, apart from the presidency, the choice on the senators and representatives to be a simple majority.
Yeah.
Instead of the top two go for rerun, that has done the presidential level, and it was changed to a simple majority. So
right.
That's what we are in the Constitution.
Now let's come to this. I don't know, but because from the era of Tobot, which you gave us some vivid analysis to Samuel Kanyadu, Charles Taylor, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and now President George Weah. From your own observation, whether it was maybe a week, whether it was a month or so, a president working outside of the Constitution, can the president work outside of the Constitution and is still regarded as being protected and the Constitution itself?
Well, the president took an oath to uphold and protect, obey, the Constitution. Now, people saying if he disrespecting the Constitution, should be what is it called? Impeach. Then the question then become, what is high crime? Because to impeach the person, is going to be high crime, felony, and gross. Because impeachment is all about politics.
No, we're not getting you now. I think you touched something there.
Are you hearing me now?
Okay, yes, the back one.
Yeah, 1972, the April 4th, the Constitution was changed. 1975, it was changed. So, without all these changes within the Constitution.
Try and touch your cable a little bit yet.
Is it okay?
All right, very perfect now, yeah. But I mean, do you remember any time during these periods from Tobot to now, any of these periods that you saw citizen crying or you guys ever cried in terms of a president, let's say undermining the Constitution?
Oh, no, then not too many people follow the Constitution.
Right.
Now, a lot of people following it. So that's the disadvantage to person. We are in the advantage to the citizen.
Okay.
Yeah, now everybody following the Constitution. So you can tell when the president making a mistake, and then we shout about it.
Mm.
In 1972, the Constitution, the voting age was lowered from 21 to 18. In 1975, they do one term. The president can serve 1 8-year term. Or like during term time, you can do 4 year, 4 year, 4 year. As long as the people want you, you keep going back.
Right.
Term change it to 1 8-year term. So the Constitution was turned that way to 1 8-year term. And Thomas was not the first vice president of Thomas. It was the late Clarence Lorenzo Simpson Sr., who resigned in dispute because Thomas wanted to go for another term and the Constitution was saying something else. But the law, because they changed it to fit Thomas' taste. So he resigned. Thomas, when he got the Speaker of the House, there was Benedict Freeman. He was the Speaker of the House. He ran with Tottenham in 1952. Unfortunately for him, before inaugural, he died.
Oh.
So they replaced him with Tottenham.
Right.
So that how Tottenham became Tottenham vice president. Because B.G. Freeman died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, B.G. Freeman was Speaker of the House of Representatives. He ran with Tottenham in 1952 after Clarence Simpson resigned. I think he died in either October or November in inauguration or in January. He didn't get it, so they replaced him with Tottenham.
So that is a provisional, another provisional aspect of the Constitution, that when the vice president is there, the speaker will take office as vice president?
No. It's not in the Constitution. It's up to the standard bearer. He can pick who he wants.
Oh, okay.
So the party decided to carry the chairman, because the chairman of most variety TWP at that time was William Tolbert Sr. So they just picked his son, William Tolbert Jr.
Right.
And he was good at point. by the chambers of the House, and he became vice president from 1952 up to 1971.
What should happen then? In the case of, I know we talk about impeachment, but is there anything, what should happen if the executive or the president goes against the Constitution? Is it only impeachment or something else?
Yeah, the president can only be removed from office by impeachment or death, or the cabinet get together and tell the Republic the president is not capable of running the country. It would be the executive law of 1972. You read that law, let me get to it.
Okay.
And I'll read a portion for you. Executive law of 1972. The cabinet can decide that the president is not capable to run the country, inform the lawmakers, and they can pass whatever resolution the vice president takes over.
All right. While Noko4, the studio guest is locating that portion to read to us, for those of you that just joined in, we're talking about Liberian Constitution here, and my guest is no other than Mr. Kofa Nelson, aka Noko4, the station manager, and of course one of the proprietors of Radio LIB, based in the United States of America. Many of you have heard his name, and most of the time people call him actually the constitutional man. So he's here helping us to understand the Constitution. I will read your question. I just saw a question there that is making me making me to smile. So I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, Elizabeth, all the way there from Paris, asking a question. But I'll ask that question later on as we go into further discussion. But we have him here, Mr. Noko4. So yes, I was asking what should happen if the executive or the president goes against the Constitution.
Well, the president can be impeached. Someone will either have to flag the House of Representatives because they were his transform. Then the speaker send it to the judiciary branch, the judiciary committee. They look at the case and see if there was any reason, high crime or whatever they want to do. If they find cause, you can send the cause to the entire House of Representatives to vote. And if they vote to impeach, then they vote to now go ahead and do what they got to do with it. And the process is clear, it's laid out. No impeachment start, all the Senate sit. And it's supervised by the Chief Justice. He then becomes the presiding officer. The senators are just jury. And after the House made their case, the president doesn't have to be there. He can send his lawyer. The lawyer can counter, persuade the jury, which will be the Senate. He persuade them in a very fashion. You may say, no, we cannot vote to evict. Impeachment has two processes. Okay. One in the House, one in the Senate. The Senate can impeach you, but that doesn't mean that you will leave office until the Senate, the House can impeach you. It doesn't mean you will leave office. The Senate got to evict you. And then once you evicted, then you become a regular citizen, whatever crime, the Justice Ministry can now come and charge you. So the highways.
Wow. Now, for those of you that are listening, you're talking about the House and the Senate. In the lower house, which is the representative, they are also known as, referred to as just the House, So that's why he's referring to. The lower house are our elected members of parliament, or we refer to them as representatives. And the upper house is known as the Senate. So meaning impeachment proceedings, it can, according to what we're hearing from Noko4, the both houses have to agree. They have to vote on it, and the vote have to go through before impeachment proceeding can take place. But the way we're looking at things, especially in the context of African politics, vis-a-vis Liberia, where the issue of bipartisanship is play a huge part. You think? I mean, even if anybody or any leader president happen to, whether it's just we or whether it's the next president that coming also, will we ever see something like that happening? Even if there's gross, abuse of the Constitution?
Well, again, the House may have the vote to impeach you, but if the Senate does not evict you, what will be the use? Like in the case of the judge, they're trying to get off the bench. The House impeach him. The Senate hasn't acted yet. So even if the Senate says no, the man stays on the bench. He stays on the bench. The young fellow after to a name, he was impeached.
That's cabinet.
Like Clinton. Clinton was impeached.
Yeah.
But he was never evicted. So, that is. Now can a group of people in a house get together and impeach a president on some Trump or charge? Yes, but in the Senate, it's different.
Yeah.
Go.
Look, let me put the President George Weah. I'll send you the question in advance as well. Let me put President George Weah under the microscope here because he's our current president. You follow extensively debates whether it's in the House or whether from the opposition side, whether from the executive itself. You're following development back home extensively. Any idea as to how many times now President George Weah has gone against the Constitution, or if at all, or if you haven't followed? What is your thought on it?
Well, the only one I see is the recess appointment.
You mean
there's nowhere in this Constitution, the 1986 Constitution, that says the president can do recess appointment. In the 1847 Constitution, under the executive portion of it, it says the president can do that. But that was taken out of during the revision of it. And the current Constitution we have does not have that in it. So, on that case, if there are enough people in the legislative branch and they want to get rid of it, so we can use that as a reason violating the Constitution.
You're talking about, I mean, that be clear for people that are listening and watching the interview. You're talking about the current, or they say the appointment of the U.S. ambassador to the let's say a Liberian ambassador to the USA, right?
Yeah.
Without confirmation.
Without confirmation. Again, there's no thing in this Constitution that says the president can do that. So people are saying the president is violating Article 54. That says the Senate has to confirm. There's no recess appointment in Liberia. People say, well, but any U.S. guy can use the U.S. law. No, we don't have anything that says because U.S. law, we are bound to it. No.
Will you refer to that as gross, violation of the Constitution that warrant impeachment?
Well, again, it comes down to politics. Depending on those who want to get the president out, they can call it gross violation. But we haven't defined what is gross violation. Until we can do that, then we can go to it and say, hey, there's gross violation. It means the president should step down. But we haven't defined it in our laws. What is gross violation? Nobody knows.
Can the opposition come out to declare vote of no confidence?
Vote of no confidence means nothing in our style of government. It's not like what it did to your prime minister today.
Yeah, okay.
When they vote no confidence, that means they basically calling for election.
Yeah.
But we don't have that in our style of government.
But we can go for impeachment. But then impeachment too will get the president out, and then.
Yeah, but then impeachment becomes politics because we need certain amount of vote to tell the both chambers to impeach and evict. Even if they impeach president, we are in the House. Will the Senate evict him? You need 20 senators to do that. I don't know how many are sedition, but impeachment is not something you just get up and do, as we want to do to the judge.
Especially with respect to how the brown envelopes can play their part in the night.
That's another thing too.
So even if there's a case, to win that case, especially a case of impeachment, in the case of our own country, let me not say Africa, but our own country, it's now a small battle to fight.
Yeah.
What could be some of the reasons, like a particular, a president? Sorry, what could be some of the reasons the president going against the Constitution, but nothing is done to him?
Well, again, we don't respect laws. For those in the United States, I'm sure the following is special prosecutor investigating Trump. As it is, there's a report out there that the FBI is investigating Trump for being a spy for the Russian government. Now, if it's proven, definitely Trump will step down. Definitely will step down. But we don't respect laws. We care less about laws. And that's one of our problems. One of our problems is respecting laws and caring for it. Also that, you ain't gotta be on the presidential level, even the layman. What do you do? So until we can get our acts together, we just keep running in a circle.
Let me pass the question to you, to another Liberian community leader there in Paris who's asking a question, Elizabeth. As she asking the question, said, Mr. Max, please ask your guest what we need to do to impeach President Weah.
Well, according to your constitution, Elizabeth, you have to petition that 10 signatures to the lawmakers. Let me get to the constitution here. It should be Article 90 or something. But if you look at Article 90 or 91, start from 89. I don't have it in front of me right now. I'm trying to get to it. Start from 89, and it will tell you how to impeach a person. You got to petition your lawmakers. They have to accept your petition, vote upon it. Once they accept it, then the speaker then will assign it to the judicial committee to look at your case and see if there is serious violation there. If there's one, then the impeachment process starts. But what good would the impeachment process start when the Senate will not evict?
That's it.
If the Senate will evict, then you stand a better chance. Because you're just going to sit down and make your waste our time.
Yeah.
Yo. At the end of it.
In our constitution, for example, for here, to kickstart something like that, you need just about 100,000 signatures. But do we have any set number in our constitution? No, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you come down a little bit lower. I think you need to touch some of your cables so we can hear you. Are you there? We're not getting you. If you're getting me, we're not getting you. Try and touch your cables again. Hello? No, you're not here now. We can't hear you yet. Maybe it can be small, but still lower, very low. Okay, come here a little bit. Maybe just try one more.
Is it better now?
Okay, we can try with that. No, it got down very low again. Not yet, not yet. Stay down. Look, if you hear me, can I hear you?
Is it better now?
Okay, coming up a little bit.
Is it better now?
Not too well for my audience. I can hear you. Try, maybe if the any cable you need to plug out and plug back in, let's see. Or maybe just touch it small. Are you there, Nook? Nook, you.
Up to the Senate, and if you don't believe the president will be evicted, the question then becomes, why start the process? Why waste our time?
You mean the two-thirds now? First of all, this is it. The citizens have petitioned the lawmakers. So the two-thirds you're talking about now is coming from the lower house themselves, right?
Yeah. If you look at Article 43 in the Constitution, the process, it tells you the process. Article 43 in the Constitution, whoever listens can look at that. There where the process starts. Now, if you want to do a referendum, that's different from the impeachment process. The referendum starts from, I think, 90 or something.
What are some of the branches, the obstacles that can actually stop something like this from happening? Especially, let's put it in the case that we're trying now to microscope President George Weah. This especially the ongoing violation that we're talking about, and some of us are already campaigning that the United States shouldn't accept the letter of credence from the appointed ambassador until they can go back to be confirmed. What would be the hiccups if the citizen come out and say, well, okay, you violated our constitution, go?
Well, in terms of getting Mr. Weah out of office, you have to go through the House. Now, are there enough votes in the legislative branch to do that? The answer is no. In the House, you need almost 40-something votes to send it to the Senate. Now, if you start that process, you got seditions there now. They're not going to sit down and see their man being thrown out of office. So it's a political game. If you got a vote, you win. If you don't get a vote, why start the process?
So in that case, Mr. Nelson, I mean, does it worth talking about it, in fact?
Well, I would say no, but just for your own educational purpose, yes, you can talk about it, but beyond that, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Let's see what the judge is trying to get rid of on a bench. In the House, yes, they got enough vote to send it to the Senate, but the Senate themselves got issue.
Okay.
So right now it's been tabled until the judge is still on the bench until the Senate tells him, may you no more no associate justice. He will be there until he dies. So again, there where we are. So in terms of violation of the Constitution, you got to define what is high crime gross misconduct. We haven't defined all those stuff. If you define it, then you can point to it and say, oh, this is gross misconduct here. Person, we are doing this. Person, we are doing that. But apart from that, it's just assumption.
Also, does that mean even though, well, you said here that the ongoing case appointment, especially, is a violation of the Constitution? But
it is, but there's no power in the Constitution that grants the president that luxury to do research appointment. Now, some are saying, well, he's using a law of the United States, in the United States Constitution, Article 2 is there. The president can do research appointment. It used to be in our 1847 Constitution, but it's no longer there in this Constitution. In the Constitution, the current one we're using is not there. So, what do? Yes, a violation. Now, the who feels a violation, then go to court. Let the Supreme Court then decide that the action of the president is a violation.
Right.
But until then, we can make up minutes until air freezes over. From what I hear in the ambassador already been accepted by the U.S. government.
Well, what I'm also hearing that he's also being rejected.
Well,
so waiting for confirmation for us. We actually wrote the State Department anyway regarding it. But let me read this question to you by Wilson Jerry. He says here, please, I want to ask this question. We are receiving gift, such a plane from his friend. Okay, and the appointment, we'll talk about the appointment already. Is it against the Constitution?
No, the receiver of gift is not against the Constitution.
Do you have to declare?
But the code of conduct law says he cannot do that. The code of conduct is the violation of the law. That's where receiving gifts from friends and whatever, that's where the violation is. So they could use that also, but now upholding the law. Again, it's politics. They would have to then define what is high crime, what is gross misconduct. If they can't define it, how can you move the man if you can't define the charge? So that's the problem. The problem is, do you have enough vote in the House and Senate to remove?